Ready, set, action.
Action.
I'm so excited to be here with Kara
too.
Birge.
Thank you, sis. Thank you for calling me. I'm
Well,
so happy to be here.
You were just on my radar because we're both from Texas.
Hook
We
'em horns.
kind of, you went to UT.
Yeah.
The real UT.
The other UT.
I mean,
the real
everyone in
UT.
Tennessee is like UT.
I have to be
is-
careful who I say that around, but you know.
But they're both orange,
Yes.
which is actually
I know.
convenient. So you went to the University of Texas.
I did.
And I am from Texas. And you moved here. You and George moved here. George Birge is your husband. He's
Yes.
had a couple number ones just
Yes.
recently. And his new song's out with Luke Bryan.
Uh-huh.
What?
Yep, it's called Ride, Ride, Ride. So good.
Ride, ride,
I
ride.
think my favorite song he's released, to radio at least.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Ride, ride, ride.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm gonna put it on actually.
Very. I know I can be soft-spoken, so I'll try
Make
and...
sure we see your beautiful face too.
Okay.
Okay. But when did y'all move here?
We moved in 2014. So we have now been, we're past our 10-year mark. Gosh, we've been here 11 years.
Remember the first time we met was
12
at
years?
Desano's Pizza?
Yes,
Did you know Amanda? How did
Yes.
we meet? Because Amanda's like, you got to meet George and Kara. They're from Texas. They're moving here because originally George was in a duo,
Yep.
Waterloo Revival, which is great. And y'all had just moved up here because, but he was a golfer first.
Yes.
Like a professional golfer.
Yep.
Does he hang out with Jake Owen? Colt Ford. Is that how he knows Colt
Yes,
Ford?
Colts through golf for sure.
Okay. But he's
Yep.
actually like a legit golfer.
Yes, he played in college actually.
But that's a great sport. It really carries you through.
I mean, honestly, we have tried to foster that in our boys without being like too pushy because he continuously goes back to everything in my career. Like all the opportunities that have come have started on the golf course in like
Really?
a very big way. I mean, it's
Really?
crazy. If you like trace back all the doors that opened from his very first manager to, you know, getting to Nashville and then all the doors and tours that have opened, like so much of it came from golf for him. But yeah, he's a really good golfer. So
he was playing golf at UT.
he did. He played at golf. He played at Texas for a year, and I did the Palm Squad at Texas for a year.
So wait, what is the Palm Squad exactly?
It's like the
Cheerleader?
Yes, they're the cheerleaders that wear the little chaps.
Stop it. I mean, very sexy.
But we both like did
Wait, so what are you cheering for?
Texas athletics, but only for a year. So we were like kind of, but we also had that in common. So
Is that where y'all
it
met?
was fun. Yeah. Freshman in college.
But like, were you cheering when you met him, or how did y'all meet?
No, we met through mutual friends at parties and mixers, like a sorority mixer. I told one of my friends, I was like, well, if you still need a date, like I would, if I were you, I think you should ask George Birge. And she did. And I was in her wedding and like, she still reminds me of that. She's like, remember when you told me to ask George on a date?
Why did you not want to go on a date with George Birge?
I think I already had a date. Like it was like
Okay.
those little freshman mixers or
Okay.
whatever, where girls ask a guy or something with a theme. I don't know.
Okay, so you knew George.
Yeah.
Y'all met just through being around college at the same time. You're the same age?
Yes.
How
Same
did
age.
you decide that you were going to stop sending them off to your friends and
I
you were
know.
actually going to take the lead
We
here?
started dating like it was the second semester of our freshman year, and we never broke up.
How did y'all start
Never
dating, though?
once.
Because y'all were friends first, obviously.
Yes, we were on a spring break trip. That's when we had our first kiss.
Where were you?
Um,
I need the story.
I'm pretty sure we were in, was it Corpus or Panama City Beach?
Okay. Yeah.
No, I think we were in like we were on the Texas coast.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were at the Corpus
But-
Beach with a bunch of friends.
Yeah, lots of fun. Like we had so much fun.
So you
in
went hard in college. You had a good college experience.
We had a great time. We have
for you.
pictures, you know, because back then nobody had iPhones. Like you couldn't take all your pictures on your phone. And so there was a photographer that would like walk around the parties and take your picture. And I found one when I was going through like our anniversary stack of printed pictures, and it was our same wedding date, but it was 2000, what would that have been, like 7. So it was April 28th, 2007. It was like, we were so young. We were just babies at a party, like with X's on our hands.
Because you couldn't drink.
Oh, no. Well, yeah, at fraternity parties.
People at
somehow.
Texas, I'm going to tell you what, people who go to UT know how to partay.
It was different. But we had so much fun. And then we were like kind of the first to get married outside of college. Like we were 24 when we got married.
Okay.
So our wedding was just all of our friends. Like,
Oh, yeah. Huge.
you know, oh my God. We still talk about it. It was the best. And
I love that for y'all.
yeah, then
Okay, wait, how did y'all kiss though? On the beach? You were at a party?
Outside of my hotel. He was taking me back to my hotel. I was staying with my girlfriend. He was staying with all the guys. Yeah, just a real
And did you know it was
freshman in
love?
college year.
After that, were you like, oh, this is the guy?
Well, I think kind of.
What was it about George that you're like, I want to lock this down? Or was he like, I want to lock you down? That was probably
He
more
was like, I want to lock you down. He told me he
he's
loved
smart,
me.
man.
And I was not the first. No, not. But he told me he loved me first. Like a few months. We had probably been dating for like 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
And I said, thank you. He actually frequently tells that story on podcasts. And I'm like, honey, you don't have to tell people that. But it's
a good moment.
I was just like kind of shocked.
Had you ever been in love before?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I had a high school love,
Sweetheart?
but not
Okay.
like a mature
Yeah, I mean, you're a
relationship.
teenager.
Still then I was only 17. So I'd been in love once before.
Okay. So he said, I love you. And you're like, thank you.
Yeah.
And then,
Apparently I did. I kind of panicked. And then I remember like it wasn't long after that I told him I loved him. But yeah, we've just been consistent. We really have. And we've had a lot of friends like grow with us and watch their relationships and then obviously like become adults and then become parents. And we've been through so many seasons. We would have never imagined that our life would look anything like this.
okay, can we please talk about this? Because I was actually talking to Michael driving in here today, my husband. And we've been together since 2008. So very similar timeline.
Yeah.
Very young. Started dating when he was 21 and I was 24. And we were just talking about, because we're coming up on I think it's our 12th wedding anniversary. So y'all are like 13?
We got married in 2012. Yeah.
So y'all, are y'all 12?
We are
14?
almost 14 years. Yeah. In
Okay.
April.
Unbelievable. And we were like, how on earth have we been married almost 12 years?
No.
And all of the things and the life and the seasons that we have gone through. And it's so amazing. On one hand, like when you're in these really hard seasons, you're like, how are we going to survive this? Just not like the marriage, but just like as humans, because it's so hard.
Yeah.
And then you get through it and you've like weathered these storms and then the highs of the high. And it's really a powerful thing. So talk to me about some of the seasons, because y'all started off fun in college, just like living the dream.
We had so much fun in college. So then we were the first kind of newlyweds out of our friends because we were young. And
Did
we
y'all
got
have a
married.
plan, like a career at that point?
Yes. We
Okay.
were both working in like the corporate world. I was in like recruiting, corporate recruiting. He worked for a consulting firm.
Okay.
So all these like young people that just like, worked all day until like 7:00 at night.
Okay, so y'all both had jobs right out of college.
Yes.
Okay.
And even that was tough. Finding jobs, I remember, was hard. And when we first graduated, and there was a chance like he was possibly going to move, and I was like, oh my gosh, if he moves,
his
like,
job?
yeah. And he ended up getting a better job in Austin, so we stayed. And I was living in an apartment with my best friend, and I remember thinking that when I move out of this apartment, I'm going to be engaged to George. Like I knew that we were going to get married. So we like bought this older house in Austin from the bank. It was like a total beat up, like fixer upper.
What part of town?
Northwest Hills.
Okay.
Which like I don't even think we could afford that house today.
Oh, you
if we
drove.
moved
You
to
have a
Austin.
video where you were driving by your first house.
Yes.
Okay. Did y'all fix her up?
You might not remember. Do you remember who Kinky Freeman is?
Kinky?
He was from
Freeman?
Texas. He wrote for Texas Monthly. And he was like this crazy political figure in Texas. He was like a singer-songwriter.
Okay.
And so he was in the Texas music scene and was like friends with all the old like Willie and Waylon and had all these like incredible influential people in his life. Just bizarre character.
When your name's Kinky Friedman,
We bought a house
you're not
that he
forgettable.
had lost on a like I can't even remember. It was a short sale from the bank. But anyways, it was previously Kinky Freeman's house. And so it had like this really cool like Texas music history to it.
and lots of energy in that house.
Lots of energy. It smelled like cigars and he had like rescue dogs like everywhere. And so anyways, we updated a house. So that was a really crazy fun season.
What did you learn about each other when you were updating a house?
Oh.
Because that's their first big like project together.
Yes, yeah.
You learn a lot about each other in
A
those kind
lot.
of moments.
Mm-hmm.
What is
Yeah.
George's personality like when he's in a stressful situation?
Well, I learned he's going to kill me for saying this. He's like, just hire people for that. Like he he's
knows what
not
he's
really
good at.
like gonna flip houses for a living.
We
were both
outsourcer.
kind of like, okay, this is awesome, but like we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
So we were we had no idea. We were 25 years old. We had no clue how lucky we were that his dad and his uncle like did this previously for a living. Like his
Okay,
dad,
so you had some expertise in the family.
Oh my God.
They could help.
So we renovated this house. Thank God that we did, because then it came to he's potentially going to quit his job and go try and be a musician.
So when did he realize, because he goes to college for golf and then he has a corporate job, but when was he like, I'm actually going to pursue music full force? I mean, that's a big jump.
Probably when he realized he wasn't going to be able to play professional golf, because he would have chosen that over music if he could. But he was like, I wasn't good enough for that.
Okay. But when did he realize, was he always singing?
No,
and doing
I
music?
remember, no. Like
This just
even
came out of the blue?
Our college friends didn't even realize that he was like they knew he'd always get his guitar out at parties or like sing or play, but they didn't really realize or appreciate that like he wrote his own music and had a band since he was in high school.
Okay, so we did have a band in high school. Okay.
He did. Yeah, there's been a number of bands, but in high school and then in college, I remember he was playing like a charity event where they were like, let's learn some covers and do it for this year. And that was the first time I ever saw him play live in front of people. And I was like, oh my gosh, he's good. And then he had like some open mic nights at like the Mellow Mushroom in Austin, and like nobody would even be there, but like I was at every single one.
Yes, you were, queen.
And then it's just kind of, after we got married, they started like booking gigs at the local Austin spots.
So was this,
like,
did he pair up? Was he in a duo?
This is by the time they had named the band Waterloo Revival.
And where did
He
Waterloo
and
come
Cody. Waterloo is like, I think it's the original name of Austin. I think Austin was Waterloo before.
Okay.
There's like a lot of Waterloo influence in Austin.
I love it. Y'all love Austin. Okay.
So I remember him coming home being like, I've come up with the band name. And I was like, oh, so we're doing this.
I mean, at 25 years old, to say like I'm going full force in a band when I've been in corporate and graduated from college.
He was still working. He was still in corporate. I mean, he would play these shows, and I look back at some of the pictures. I'm like, you didn't even change. Like, you just came straight from the office, and you're still in your khaki pants.
But when he got the idea to do the band, was he like, I'm not just casually doing this, I'm going to do it?
No, it was casual at first.
Started casual, okay.
Yeah, and they started doing it, and then all of their coworkers would come support them. And then, you know, they're both from Austin, so our family. And then he was just like packing out these venues.
In Austin?
In Austin, yes.
Stop it.
Just like on the weekends, we were having so much fun. And then his first break came from a manager that came and flew to Austin to see him. And I think, gosh, it's been a minute. But
the manager was like, you got a shot? You could do this?
His manager was like, I want to sign you. I want to like kind of take you and run with this. And I want y'all to think about moving to Nashville. And I was like, well, I mean, maybe like in a few years. And then he had his first, what do you call it when they like audition for the label, like his first showcase or whatever. Okay. And we both came to Nashville.
What was the label?
Sony.
So they got an audition for Sony right away. So this kind of moved quickly.
Yes, it happened quick. There was one song they were all obsessed with, and they were like, we've got to go play this for all the labels in town. I mean, he got a very influential manager early on. So and we knew nothing. I mean, we had no freaking clue. We were just learning.
But the buzz happened fast. So
I'll never forget. We stayed at somewhere in the Vanderbilt area at a hotel, and he was like literally warming up, practicing. He was by himself. It was just George that came to Nashville because the band was a duo, and Cody was probably working. I have no idea. So he comes, and I remember dropping him off outside of the gates of Sony on Music Row, and we didn't know how to get in. It's like a gate. I was like, good luck. And he's just walking in, this gate opens. He's just him by himself walking in with his guitar. And I was like, he never gets nervous. That man is so nervous. He did not get signed to Sony.
Okay.
They passed, and then we were like, yeah, I mean, whatever. It was just a weird thing. I'm sure it's never going to happen. And then he ended up getting signed with Big Machine.
Big Machine.
Yep. Okay. Which is then we started crossing paths with you.
Did you know Amanda and Bill?
First? So I knew Amanda and Bill because my friend Lindsay from Waco, what was Lindsay's maiden name? was friends. So she was like, I have Waco friends. You've got to meet.
Okay, and that's how we ended up at DeSano's.
Yes.
Because Amanda was like this
I
real
knew
cute
nobody.
couple.
I knew nobody. Like I didn't have a single like starting point where I was like, maybe I'll meet a neighbor, which I did. I ended up meeting my neighbor and she's a great friend.
Love a good neighbor.
But yeah, I remember when Amanda was like, you need to come out with us. I just
and Amanda and Bill are in 1,000 Horses. Bill's in 1,000 Horses.
Yes.
And so, yeah, we all met at DeSano's Pizza.
And it was like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm gonna be okay. Like I found a girl gang, and like we've it's a starting point. I have some people to call.
It's
and
overwhelming.
Yeah. Oh
were you
God,
like
so
all
overwhelmed.
for George's dream? Were you like, let's do this? Or were you
100%.
like, no, I want to stay in Austin. Like this was not on our agenda.
I was
you just
all
like
for
here
it.
for it?
I'm here for it.
You're here. You're perfect. You're a perfect wife of an adventurous. You're an adventurous spirit.
I worked for, this is so cute. I just had this memory. I worked for a recruiting company and I recruited engineers, like computer and electrical engineers, which is hysterical, right? Because they didn't know what to do with me. And I remember telling them that I was going to quit and I was going to move to Nashville because my husband was going to be a country singer. And I'm sure they were all like, oh my God. Like, I imagine myself as like Legally Blonde Elle Woods.
Like,
and the day that I left,
like
hard. Yeah, like what?
Like
they're all looking like, oh my God, it actually worked out. I remember leaving the building that day. It was a very large company, and they had like lined the hallway. All of my engineers like made a tunnel, and I like walked out of the office, and then we just went and moved to Nashville. And
Kara, I feel like there's a common theme of just like
so
fun in your life. Like you and
hope
George,
so.
Do y'all always find fun and like the joy in things? That's amazing.
Like the greatest compliment, right?
But like I just love like your whole perspective on all this. You're like, we had so much fun in college, and then we got married, and then we had so much fun in our jobs being recruited, and then like all the people that you worked for with recruiting came and watched George play, and then that's how he got his buzz because y'all were having fun doing what you're doing. So like having fun really leads to a joyful, aligned life.
I love that. I love that, and I definitely feel that. I was just talking to probably my sister. My sister and I are very close. And we were talking about having fun with your spouse. You know, like you just forget. I think so many people also just having kids is hard and not always fun all the time. So now that like our boys are a little bit older, like it
9
feels
and 6.
They are 6 and 9, yeah, almost 7 and 9. So they are still like, they're still best friends. They still think we're like the coolest and love to be together.
And they go on the road.
But we just like, yeah, we have a lot of fun.
Y'all do?
And I think George and I consistently have fun with or without the kids, like prioritizing that. I feel like that's the secret for us.
Do you think that's just y'all's demeanor?
Yes.
Or is it a choice?
I think it's a choice. I mean, he's been tired. Like, he's exhausted. So
what's wearing him out these days? He's got a lot going on.
His version of fun has, like, changed, too. But, like, when we're together, we are, like, there's nobody we have more fun with. Like, it's not always a party. Like, he's actually not a big drinker.
Oh,
you know,
we
like,
gave it up
that lifestyle, he's like, I just can't. Like, he has to entertain people all the time. For his career. So, yeah.
How does he entertain without alcohol?
He does drink. He's not like a non-drinker at all. But it's funny because when he comes home, he's like ready to detox because when you're out on the road, like hosting people backstage and like, 3 times a week, everybody wants a drink. And so
everybody's ready for the party.
Everybody wants like a shot of tequila on the bus. Like that's the thing.
It's the thing.
It's so funny. His band doesn't drink at all. Like nobody in his crew drinks alcohol. So it's really funny. They are a very good team.
That's good. That's good to have a great.
But he comes home and he's like ready to, just clean up and eat clean and do all the things. And I'm like, let's pour a glass of wine because finally, like you're back. But yeah.
How do you solo parent? Okay, so kids, y'all had your oldest was born super young. I did not realize that.
Yeah.
Preemie.
Yeah.
So how many weeks? That's scary.
That season was
very
that was
challenging
probably
and scary.
One of the hardest seasons we went through. Just because like we're here, my sister lives here, but we don't have any other family.
How did she move here?
I say that. So my sister, by the grace of God, my sister and my brother-in-law had 2 young kids at the time. So my niece and nephew are older. And my brother-in-law was like in job transition, and they fell in love with Franklin after like coming and visiting. They were like, we're going to get an apartment and just see how long we want to stay. And I mean, my family, like my parents were like, you can't take the grandkids out of Texas. Like nobody lives in Tennessee. And at the same time, George was like, and I think I'm going to be a country singer one day. So we might also go there.
So they fell in love with Franklin first.
Yes.
Oh, your sister
they
went
moved
first.
the same year that we moved. They moved in like, I want to say it was September of 2014. And like by the end of the year, we were in Nashville. We moved like the week of the CMAs.
Really?
Yeah.
So your sister and brother-in-law just fell in love and moved
and they
here.
never went back. Oh my God. They've never left
Your parents
Franklin.
haven't moved here?
No.
I'm shocked.
I know. My parents they've all gone through it. My parents are divorced, and so they've been, caretakers for their spouses, and like they haven't been in a position to just up and move.
Okay. Is it just you and your sister?
And my brother.
And
my brother's in Texas still, in Houston.
Okay.
But anyway, so my sister was here, and that is huge. I'm trying to remember what I was telling you before.
I wish I could remember anything, Kara. We were talking earlier.
Preemie. That's what it was.
I'm so glad you remember. I'm like 42 years old, but feel 100. Like there's too much in this brain. Okay,
well, but you look 25. Remember I told you that when I got
Shout out
here.
Canvas Skin. Thank you, Courtney Allen over there. She's got me on a skin regime.
You look gorgeous.
Thanks. You look gorgeous. You know, I feel good. I feel insane in the head, but I feel good.
I know. If I can get past my just brain fog, it's my sleep. If I have a good night of sleep,
are you taking
I'm
magnesium?
a different person. Not consistently,
okay. I'm
but
just going to do a shout out to magnesium.
Okay.
Because I literally could not sleep at all. I was taking Unisom every night because I was like, same thing. I was waking up, not sleeping, ruining my day. One day I didn't sleep at all, and I just like dropped Sunday off at school with Michael, and I just started bawling in the car, and I'm like, I just can't go to sleep
again.
My brain is racing.
Feeling.
I'm laying on the pillow, exhausted, cannot go to sleep, and it is the most frustrating thing. And I feel like a lot of women have this.
Yeah.
I just can't shut my brain off. I started taking magnesium because I was so desperate, and I was like, I cannot be addicted to Unisom. Like, I'm not going to take a sleeping pill every night. Game changer.
Do you just do like Calm, like the whatever?
No,
or do you
I take a pill. A Unisom, it's 500 milligrams. I don't even know what kind it is. Not Unisom. Magnesium.
Yeah.
It has changed my life.
Okay.
And I am someone who cannot sleep.
All right. I will report back.
No, take it.
Because I am on a journey right now.
And it's
to
a
figure out my
natural.
sleep.
It's natural.
I told George, I was like, I'm going to the store to get a pillow. And I don't know if it's going to cost $20 or if it's going to cost like $250. But I need a new pillow or I won't sleep again.
You need magnesium.
And he was like, well, I don't think it should cost $200.
I mean,
it's large scale for pillows.
Okay.
Yeah.
So try magnesium.
I'm gonna put that in the notes.
I mean, I would do it. I'd get it today and try it.
I have Calm, like the tub of the powder that you can like mix up at night.
Okay.
So I've used that one sometimes.
I don't know about that. I know a pill will straight up work.
Okay.
And it's a game changer.
Okay.
Okay. So magnesium.
So
you guys
preemie,
baby, and it's George. His name is George Jr.
George James. He's technically not a junior because they all have different middle names, but they're all Georges in our family, and they all go by George.
I love that. So we got George and George.
Lots of them. And so I was probably pregnant before any of my friends too, just because I didn't have a ton of friends that were, married earlier.
Right.
I feel like it's very Texas. And so when G was born, I had a blood clotting disorder and he was growth restricted. So it was like a combination of a few things. And so he basically just stopped growing at 3 pounds and we tried to leave him in as long as we could. And then I would just go for like scans every few days. And
that's very stressful.
Fortunately, it wasn't like a super traumatic delivery because it wasn't like I was rushed into a C-section, but he was so little that I couldn't be induced to like try and deliver him. So he was just teeny tiny. And I remember I went for one of my scans and they were like, all right, today's the day. And he was born like, I think 3 hours later.
How many weeks were you?
I was 34 weeks.
Okay.
34, 35.
So you made it
I was trying to make it to 35. He just hadn't grown to 34 weeks. He had stopped growing. So it's called IUGR. Anyways.
So was that
He was
nerve-wracking for
itty
you?
bitty, and yes, it was just a really anxious season. Like we were very lucky. Like my mom and my mother-in-law both came to Nashville and helped take care of us. But I mean, George is trying to figure out his career.
Big George.
He's traveling all the time. Big George. He's traveling a lot. You know, he was doing all that radio tour stuff.
Oh man.
Early in his career, it was.
And he's gone.
He was gone a lot.
So you're at home, and is little George? Is he having to have special things?
No, he didn't have to have any surgeries.
Okay.
Like, fortunately, he was very healthy. There's you can't leave the NICU until there's 3 criteria. They have to maintain their temperature, nurse on their own or feed on their own, and then they have to be over 4 pounds. He could do everything. He just wasn't 4 pounds. He was so tiny. So the day we brought him home, I mean, he was this big. It was like having a little tiny puppy. I mean, I could burp him with my hand. I would hold his whole body. He was so little. But that came with a lot of anxiety and a lot of I didn't have mom friends yet. So we ended up moving to live a lot closer to my sister, and that was a blessing. And yeah, then I kind of came out of the woods, but that was a hard season.
Were you scared when you got pregnant again? Or was there...
Yes.
Can you take something to...
Yeah, I was on a Lovenox injection. I think it's called Lovenox, right?
Yeah.
Fact check that. A blood thinner, basically.
Okay.
You just give yourself a shot in the stomach every day. And so that thins your blood.
Every day you're giving yourself a shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't do that very well. I do not do needles well. So I had to learn that. And Luke was fine. He was delivered and fully, grown and everything. He was fine.
Did you have anxiety with the second one, or were you a lot calmer at that point?
Yes. I think not near as bad as the first time around, because I mean, oh my God, the first time around, talk about not sleeping. I remember having the reoccurring trauma that I thought I lost my baby, or that I was nursing and fell asleep, or that I would wake up sweating and patting the sheets and
right.
He's in the bassinet right next to me.
I know,
but I had some weird.
I wouldn't put Sunny to sleep without the outlet on her foot.
Yeah, I didn't even have that when she was born.
Okay.
I don't know how.
I was so worried that she was going to die all the time. Just constantly.
Mm-hmm.
It was just so much stress. Did you
the
just
monitor
feel that all the
beeping
time?
noises of
oh my gosh.
The NICU. Oof.
Oh my gosh. And you have that haunting your mind.
Yeah. Well, and you always had the reassurance that there was a nurse close by when they were in the NICU.
Right.
And then they came home and it was everything was so scheduled. He ate at 8, 11, 2, and 5. And it was, I already had all this milk because I had been, pumping and making sure that, so it was all scheduled. And then with Luke, we had to just we're oh my God, they just let us take this baby home.
I know. Just let you leave.
I need a brochure again, or instructions.
So you kind of actually felt like you were kind of getting a little, it felt a little stable with the NICU in a way because you had the support.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I cannot imagine also, if I had to do NICU and I had another child. I've had friends go through that where I'm oh my gosh, we were so blessed. We lived right there by St. Thomas. We were downtown, and I just waited at that hospital all day long for a month. If I had another child, I wouldn't have been able to do that. Thank God that, so we survived it, and that was a tough season, but
what
boys
was your
are
big
older
takeaway
now.
From
And
that? What was your takeaway about life from that season?
I guess just looking back and seeing my younger self, I had no clue. And I just figured it out as we grew together. We grew together and we matured together in so many different ways that I can look at a young mom that's super anxious and I recognize it and I see myself and I'm gosh, wow, look at how much I've grown since this. So you just develop that maternal intuition, not even maternal, but as a parent, God gives you what you need. And
so true.
It's hard to see that when you're in it. And I think even that's true now. I know that in 5 years, 10 years from now, wherever we are in our careers, that we'll think that same thing looking back at this version of us. But it is kind of sweet to look back and be oh my gosh, look at what we did. Good for us. that
And you
we
did it
didn't
together.
like kill each other.
Right. You grew.
Or, you know, our marriage survived it.
How did your marriage
friendship
survive? Because that
survived
can
it.
be a very trying time. How did y'all come together instead of tear apart?
You know, George is a great dad. Like he's a great husband. He's a good dude. And he's not telling me to say this. But I do think
that pillow's gonna be waiting for you when you get home.
Yeah.
That $200 pillow.
That $200 pillow. I've seen a lot of our friends that like probably just struggle in their roles of like parenting and like who does what. And I'm staying at home now. For a long time I was working.
You did real estate.
I did real estate, yeah.
Was that fun in Nashville?
Yes. I loved it. I loved it. And I'm like, I still would love to, but he's never home. So it doesn't really work with our
In this
hours
season,
very well.
You could always come back to it if you wanted to.
My kids need me less and less, and that kills me.
No.
But I'm like, once they're older, I'll probably go back to that. But anyways, I feel like George and I both, we always support each other when we're home and we're together. And it's like, yeah, this is normally all my load that I do when you're gone and you're on the road. But when you're here and you're home, like he cooks dinner and he helps, like he does a lot of the stuff with the boys and he wants to put them to bed and wants to give me a break too. So I feel like we just see each other and we support each other's needs. Like he sees me and he knows me so well to know what I need and vice versa. Like I know he's exhausted when he gets home, and I know how horrible it is to sleep on a bus or travel or take 3 flights in 4 days. And I'm like, I see that. Mm-hmm. Not everybody sees that. Mm-hmm. That I'm like, yeah, it looks like he gets to be home all day and have 2 days off. And I'm like, he never gets days off.
So when so y'all moved to Nashville. Mm-hmm. Does he quit his corporate altogether when he gets the manager and says move to Nashville? So y'all are just like taking to jump back into this part of the story. Mm-hmm. So he's just going to take this leap of faith because like no money's coming in yet. Like it's not like he has. No. Does he have a publishing deal yet?
So that Austin house that we flipped.
Yeah.
Like, thank God
you sold it.
We sold that for like double the value,
and that's what you lived off of.
Yes. We doubled the value of that house,
and it was like, yeehaw, let's do this.
Thank God for his dad and his uncle that were putting in all this like labor and helping us, because we had no clue that like that investment would have just added such a tremendous value. The real estate in Austin went crazy.
So you flipped the house and you moved and could live and survive off of that.
Yep.
While he moved gave here. This a shot. Yep. Did you quit your job too?
Yes.
So y'all both were jobless.
Well, I already had a job lined up before we even got to Nashville.
Good for you, Kara.
I was like, no, I got to work. We got to do something.
Yeah. What was your job?
I worked for a recruiting company, and it was horrible. And I remember being like, I'm not a quitter. So this is a new job and I can't quit. And now what am I going to do? And I knew from the first few weeks, I was like, I'll never be happy here. This is just not my speed. This is different kind of recruiting than what I was doing back in Austin. So
how long did you stick it out?
Let's see. I remember I quit on my birthday.
Good for you.
I quit on my birthday, and it was like because it was sales, basically cold calling, recruiting. You don't like give it 2 weeks. You just get to leave. And so I was like, well, I think I might just do it today then. And I went to the zoo with my sister, and I was like, oh, this is so fun. I just like left that day, and I remember. So that was March.
So you never came back.
So I only worked there for not even 5 months. Okay. And then I started real estate, and by the grace of God, all of the people that I worked with in that job were ready to buy their first homes because they were all making money and they were like young. And so I became like the first time home buyer specialist. And it was just my thing, and it was great. And
so
I loved it.
So I'm telling you, God is setting you up though, because all these experiences are like compounding upon each other, and they all work together.
Yep.
Like even like George working at his corporate, but then playing his gigs and like everyone coming to watch him, that created this buzz. It's like nothing has been for naught.
I know. I love doing this because it's not often that you like go through these early phase, like, and you reflect. Especially George, when he's interviewing, he doesn't like cover those little details that everybody wants to know about, the next song or whatever.
Not me. I don't care about the next song.
Right?
I want to know about the whole story. How did we get here? And how does it all work together? Because it does.
So many little things had to happen.
So you had the job you hated, but it got you great
I mean, I wouldn't have,
contacts.
nobody would have called me to buy a house because I didn't know anybody in
And then
Nashville.
everyone called you. So how many houses did you sell?
Yeah, I wish I knew.
But like a
I
handful.
don't know. I'm telling you, out of that company alone, it was probably like over 15.
Holy cow.
different
So you were
clients.
probably like the
Yes.
all-star real estate agent too.
It was wonderful. And then I joined a company that I love, and I still like value those relationships so much. But I was like one of their youngest agents, and so they were like, "Oh, well, if you're looking in East Nashville, it's up and coming. Call Kara." And so then I was like the East Nashville girl for a
Heck
long time. And I
yes.
was like, "This is so funny."
Was it so fun, like doing,
Yes.
like going and looking at all the
I
houses? I
love
love looking at houses too.
Yes,
I'll
love
just do it for fun.
And I tried, like, I guess it was really COVID that I stopped working full time. I would like try and do part time, and real estate's hard to do part time to do it really well, just because the market's changing so much, and like you have to be available all the time. So the busier that George got, the harder it was for me to just drop what I was doing and go work an open house on the weekend or go show property when I've now got 2 young kids. So then I stopped after COVID and all that. And then he kind of started his career over again and got busy.
Did you stop working before George went viral?
No, I was still working then.
Okay, so George
That was all like
went
COVID.
viral. I can't believe it. Like,
It's so funny.
you know, like that's the
For
thing.
a song called Beer, Beer, Truck, Truck.
Beer, truck.
He hates talking about it.
Why?
But truly, like, we wouldn't be here without
Was
this.
he on
like,
TikTok?
Yes.
So that's when TikTok was taking off.
Yes.
So he just hopped on board TikTok
Yep.
and started posting songs.
Well, he went on a writer's retreat in Texas, and they were
Because COVID shut the world down. So
Yes.
he kind of stopped touring.
Yep.
Everything was sort of at a stop.
Yep.
Anyway, so he was like, okay, let me just see what this
I hope
TikTok's all
I'm
about.
saying this right. Clay Walker told George, he was like, "Man, if there's any advice, you need to get on TikTok." He was
Hey,
like,
Clay
"What?"
Walker.
I know.
Clay
He was
Walker.
like, "Listen, you could play your songs, maybe once a week at a gig to 5,000 people, or you could get on the internet right now and like hundreds and thousands of people could see it.
Go
so why
Clay
wouldn't
Walker."
you?" And he was like, "All
First
right,
off,
man."
How is he friends with Clay Walker? Just through the music community? Did Clay they hit it
He
off?
had a write set up with him during COVID.
I love Clay Walker.
And I remember because he was like, we had a basement room that he would write in. And he was like, "All right, I'm going on to Zoom. I'm writing with Clay Walker like on a
Did y'all
Zoom."
love Clay Walker as much as I love Clay Walker?
100%.
There was this
Still
woman
do.
and there was this man.
So
Are you
good.
kidding me?
So good.
Theme song to my life.
Yeah. Some of his best like mentor friends are Clay Walker and Gary Allen.
Oh,
I mean,
I love Gary. And you said Toby Keith too.
Well, yeah, his first label was under Toby Keith's record label.
Stop.
Second. That was the second record label.
Dang. Those are some serious mentors.
I mean, I know. He has been.
How
been
do you hook
very
up with
blessed
Gary Allen?
these. He went on tour with Gary Allen. I think
Okay.
that was early in his solo career.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I remember, he plays a lot of golf with Gary. They just
Golf?
played golf this week.
Looking golf.
But yeah, he's become like a good friend.
Okay, so he went viral. And what does that mean? What does going
I
viral
don't
mean?
even
Like millions
know.
of people see this song?
So he had started there was a viral, I think he was literally searching like country music viral. And it was this girl that was making fun of country music. And she's like, "It's all beer, beer, truck, truck, and
Stop it.
girls in tight jeans." And so he made like a little duet to it where he's like, "I kind of like that. Maybe I could write a song." Like
Stop.
joking around about how country music
So
is
he
not
duetted with this
only-
girl?
Well, not, you know how like TikTok,
split
you
the
like
screen.
respond to
Yeah,
it? Yeah.
okay.
So he actually wrote a song that sounded like a real song you'd hear on country radio.
Stop.
And it's like, "It ain't all beer." And so he's singing that lyric and it went viral. Like he ended up having, I have no idea, millions, hundreds of thousands. I don't know what viral is. But like he literally got a record deal because of it.
And so Toby Keith?
He ended up like going into the studio with this song, giving this girl writer's credit.
She's a writer?
Yes.
Stop it!
Because it was like her line and then they turned it into a song and released it.
Wait, is she on the song?
No.
Oh, but
no,
have they
she's
met
like a
in real
music
life?
teacher somewhere. No, they've never met in real life.
Stop it.
But have spoken several times. And
is she stoked that she's on the song?
Yes. And she like reached out to him the first time she got like her first royalty check.
Come on.
This is so wild.
Come on.
So anyways, people loved it. And then he had
Did it do
left.
well?
It did well.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
But it was
streamed well. It wasn't like a radio single or anything.
Was it he signed with Toby Keith? Is that who signed him?
Then he got signed to because I'm like, how many labels have there
It's a
been?
long.
It's
that's
been
the thing.
long
That's
11
the thing.
years.
When you're in this music industry, it's
then
a
he
very
went to
long
Records, which is where he's at now, and that was as a solo artist.
Went to where?
Records, Nashville.
Records. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And so, he was like literally getting calls from record labels being like, we've heard you're not, because now he was not in a band anymore. He was really just kind of pursuing the songwriting thing, figuring out like, do I even have the energy to like start this again over from the beginning and like rebrand completely.
To go solo, I mean, that's scary when you've been in a duo and like have to start something because he's starting over from ground zero.
And the duo, I mean, that was a long, I think at that point it was the 7 years. So he's like, financially, is it going to make sense to like start this over? Do we have enough time to like make this work to support our family? Or do I just need to go, sell real estate with you or something?
Yeah.
So we were kind of at a crossroads trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
And it worked out.
Okay. So he got the record deal from Beer Truck Truck.
Yes.
And he's still on that same record deal with records.
Yes.
And so now, then he went on to have 2 number ones.
I hope I'm saying all this right.
We think this is how it went. We are almost sure.
Yeah. So his first number one was Mind on You.
Okay.
And that song, I want to say they both technically went number one in the same year, which was not.
So this worked out. As soon as he got a solo, it was like boom.
Yeah, it really kind of took off. He was on some great tours.
And that's where Gary Allan came in?
Or no, Gary Allan was before. Okay. It was a little earlier, but
what tours did he go on?
He was on tour with Sam Hunt, with Parker McCollum.
Oh my gosh!
And then Luke Bryan.
And your son's name is Luke, so I saw y'all have pictures of George and Luke and George and Luke.
Isn't it great?
Because like you got 2 George,
and we love Luke. Like he's become such a good friend, and I'm like, what are the chances of George and Luke? Like I always make cheesy jokes. I think one of the first times I met Luke Bryan, I told him, I was like, we named our son after you.
Did you really?
And he looked at me like I was serious. And I was like,
you wouldn't be shocked.
I bet a lot of people probably actually do that. I was like, I was joking, but kind of funny.
So he went on tour with Sam Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, who'd you say after that?
Parker McCollum.
And then Luke Bryan. And now Luke Bryan is on his...
All amazing artists and amazing like crews. I mean, he was so blessed. Like I didn't really know because I've heard some horror stories that like, if you get on the wrong tours that you're just the opener for the opener or whatever, it can be kind of rough. And he just like met so many great people. They were all like so awesome and took care of their people and their openers. And now he's on his own headlining tour.
Stop.
For his very first headlining tour. And it's going so well. And it's like selling out these venues. And we are pinching ourselves. Like it is
Kara.
Awesome.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. It sounds to me, I know y'all have had hard trials and tribulations, but it sounds to me like you always come back to just like appreciation and fun.
Yes.
Is that like a common thing?
100%.
Like even when it's harder, you're like, okay, but we're still having fun. We're still doing this.
Have you also need to do this with George. But like 100% you would get that from his energy too. Like there's not much that really bothers him. You never see George angry.
How
like,
not?
I mean, I have because I see the like hard parts of this industry, but
how does he keep his cheerful disposition?
I think he just doesn't take it too seriously.
Where does that come from?
I mean, he does. He works hard. He works harder than anyone in his position or else it wouldn't have worked. Like there's so many reasons why that, he just kept going. But I feel like he has always had a really fun light to him that like people feel that and they know that he's not only fun to be around, but that, I mean, he's genuinely like good at taking care of his people and making sure he is leading in the leading his people in the best way.
So
Us
what does that
and
come
his
from?
crew.
Is that God at the center?
100%.
So
Yeah.
is God like a huge thing for you guys?
Yes.
Is that the foundation of
I
all?
mean, our leading most important priority is God and our family, and our boys are feeling that, and I feel like we're doing a good job at teaching them that. And the more we've grown and leaned into our faith, the more doors have opened in a way that was like, you can try as hard as you can to do all the right things and like work and take every gig and opportunity and travel. But like, he was just exhausted by the end of it. And I think there was like a lot of maturity when he went from post-COVID, just trying to trust not only himself, but like lean on his faith too.
Instead of just willing it himself with his
Yes.
human spirit and determination, being
Yeah.
like, I'm actually going to just like turn this over to you, God.
Yep.
That's a big moment. That's
Yeah.
a big shift.
Mm-hmm.
Everything shifts after that, do you think?
Yeah.
Did
100%.
everything? So he really made that shift?
Yes.
How
Yeah.
did he do that?
Like I said, I want you to bring him in. You really do. Part of me was like, he's home today. Should I tell Caroline that George should come? Because I feel like you'd love talking to him too. Yeah.
But that's a big moment to be able to like say, okay, yes, I am determined and I'm a human and I have these dreams and I want to make them happen. But actually, I'm going to turn this over to God.
Yeah.
And
I might not know what it looks like, because I think for a long time he would try and craft like, I'm doing this to end up in this version of what I feel like success is. But really, like, what is success to us now? And is that so different than what you were trying to make fit 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or whatever? And if I'm being honest, I just feel like we've had this conversation very recently. We're like, this is success. I don't know what we're chasing anymore. Like, we have everything that our hearts want. Like, we have safe, healthy children. We have a healthy marriage. Like, we have each other, that we are like known and seen and understood by each other. And like, we have a support system around us. So like, honestly, we figured out enough. And my husband is very driven to like make sure that we have security. He is often like anxious that like all he wants is to know that like, okay, I want to know that I've worked hard enough to like take care of my family so that we can have the luxuries that, like, we're getting to live. And I just want to make sure that there's enough longevity so that we can do that, so that he doesn't have to tour when he's, 60 years old and play to empty bars anymore. He's like, as long as I can get to the point where, I feel secure enough that like this career worked and provided for my family in a way that like I can feel peaceful and feel like we didn't just burn through, money on all these stupid things in our 30s. But, and I feel like we're getting to the point where it's like, okay, this is working. And I really trust him, and he's made been just like a great leader for our family. And
Kara.
So yeah.
What a ride.
Thank you.
I mean, but what a ride for you to be so supportive, because not all spouses and partners can go along with this life, But you seem like you're made for it just as much as he is.
I hope so. I mean, yeah, I think so.
The fact that you're so willing to just be in the season, trust it, like let one thing lead to another,
Well, and I think, like I said earlier, he sees me and like we know each other so well. He just caters to my needs too. Like, we both meet each other where we need to be supported. And that's not always the same every single year. So like the way I needed to feel supported and loved when I was a new mom looked a lot different than now. I just need to feel kind of independent and not a mom all the time. But like, he's really good at taking care of me and vice versa, because that's what works. Otherwise we would just like miss each other, because he'd be exhausted when I'm, like I said earlier, he's always coming home and ready to recharge, where I'm like, hey, I need to get out of this house. So like, we kind of have to balance for each other and see where we're at.
So what would you say, now that you've been on this journey for 15 years? It's almost felt like a long time. looking back to your younger self, what do you what would you tell your younger self?
Oh, like, oh my gosh, wait till you see this because we would have had no idea. What would I say to my younger self?
What advice would you give your younger self?
I would tell myself I've always been a Christian and a believer, like since I was saved at church camp in middle school when I was, probably 12 years old. But I would just tell myself, lean into my faith first before you try and figure it out on your own. Because that's where I really, truly have found peace. And I've gone through seasons where I'm like, I'm super anxious because I have a new baby and I'm still learning how to do all these things, or I'm still trying to make friends, or I'm trying to figure out my career, or trying to figure out how to make money. But whenever I truly felt like connected in my spiritual life and my relationship with Jesus, that's when I really experienced peace of like, but it doesn't matter if we don't get to this level of what we call success, because we could live anywhere as long as I can feel peaceful and know that in my heart I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, and I'm serving in a way that God needs me to. And that might be my family, it might be my friendships, it might be something much bigger, and I don't know what that's going to be. But I think once I prioritized my relationship with God, it just got easier, and it felt so less intimidating,
I love that, Kara.
Thanks.
So what's on the bucket list? Or are you just flowing?
We're about to go to Australia.
What?
Yeah, with our boys.
Yes.
And
Are they so excited to see like kangaroos?
Never been more excited because I haven't gotten to like travel like this much. Like I've very rarely left the country other than like a few tropical vacations. So we're super excited. He's playing CMC Rocks, which is in Brisbane. Apparently there's a bunch of country festivals over there. And
when are you going?
March 9th.
OMG.
I know.
Are you so excited?
I am like in planning mode. I'm having so much fun. I'm anxious about flying so far with my kids. I mean, I told George, I think about the flight as much as I think about the trip. It's a 15-hour flight from LA. So first we got to get to LA. Yeah. And then over the ocean. Yeah. For 15 hours. Yeah. But we'll go and like spend 2 weeks, and I am so excited.
Oh my gosh. And the boys are going to love it.
Yes. I can't wait. I cannot wait. We're going to do like the Sunshine Coast is like a bunch of beach towns. So that's probably what I'm most excited about. But we're flying into Sydney, so we're going to see the big city and like the harbor, and we're going to go to the Australia Zoo. So super excited.
Yay!
I cannot wait. And then after that, we're almost like to summer.
Can you believe it?
It all happens so fast, and I am just so ready for it to be summer. My kids love school, but I'm like, I don't like having a schedule. So
how old are you? What grades are they in?
They're in first and third.
First and third. Okay.
So
yeah, then just freedom of no schedule.
Freedom of no schedule, and I cannot wait.
And y'all tour as a family too. Like, so
yes,
they'll go on the road this summer.
We'll try as much as we can over the summer, and then like with a lot of weekend runs, it just depends. Like these bigger tours that he was on, they were great to travel with family, because I'm like, we could meet him in a big city and then just bus home or something, even if we could only take 2 nights to be there for the weekend. So and then I'll try and do the same thing. Like when I can get away, just me for a few days, it makes it so much easier.
Do the boys stay with your sister?
Okay, so I said I only have my sister here. Recently, George's sister also moved here.
Girl, you are living right.
Know. And she's living with us right
Stop
now.
it!
It's so great.
Oh my gosh, you
it's been wonderful.
Did right.
So that's Katie, George's sister, and we're trying to convince her to stay in Nashville.
Oh my gosh, how?
Because she came here for.
Is she married, single?
She's single.
So she's like in your house with
very
you, living.
Eligible bachelorette.
Oh my God, you're
for all
so
of your male listeners.
Lucky though to have her living with you.
We
what
really
a
are.
joy.
And her golden retriever.
Stop it.
That I'm obsessed with.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I freaking love her dog.
And does she just like love the boys?
Yes,
And she's
it's
just, like,
wonderful. And
amazing.
it's
What a
so great
blessing.
for her to like be part of their lives in this season. She's their godmother, and like it's I hope I'm speaking for Katie, but I feel like it's as fulfilling for her as it is for them, and it's been really special.
A really special time.
And she won't live with us forever. She's probably about to get her own place, but she came here and she's like finished her master's in occupational therapy, and so now
Amanda's
it depends
an
on where she
occupational
finds.
therapist.
Yes,
You got to
she's
connect
on
them.
my list. I'm going to reach out to her.
You got to connect with Amanda.
Because doesn't she work in the NICU?
Amanda's had so many amazing jobs.
Okay.
I don't know exactly.
I just remember maybe her telling me her friend in the NICU.
She probably has a lot of resources.
When G was in there was an occupational therapist would come like bend his little foot, and it was like this big. And I was like, well, that's the sweetest job ever. I want that job.
And now your sister-in-law is an occupational therapist.
Yes, I know.
Oh
So hoping she finds a
gosh.
job in Nashville
Yes.
instead of Austin, and we will convince her
talk
to
to
stick
Amanda.
around.
Seriously, she needs to talk to Amanda.
Okay.
Okay, I always wrap up with leave your light. And it's just
Love
super open-ended. Unless, or is there anything else we need to share? Am I missing anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yay. I just love your life. I love your inspiration. I
you.
love your ability just to flow and
Okay.
find joy and fun.
Yes.
Like I would say finding the fun and the joy in all situations is a common theme with you and George.
Yes, I love that.
And
Thank
that
you.
has carried you
It's a huge
through. It's like
compliment.
blessed you though.
Yeah.
Having fun isn't just like partying and like raging. It's like actually just enjoying the season that you're in for what it is.
Yes.
Like I'm telling you, like hearing you say that like all the corporate people came to his shows
Yeah.
and then you're selling all your corporate people houses. It's like
Right.
finding that fun in anything.
Mhm.
It just carries you through. And what a thing for us all to remember, honestly. Like have fun with your life. We are here. Have fun.
Yes.
Like let it be fun.
Yes. I try and teach that to my kids, and I feel like they are figuring it out. Not only fun, but and I feel like that comes from gratitude.
Yeah.
Like just being so aware of how blessed we have been, and how we can pay that forward. And like I tell my boys, just love like Jesus. I'm
Yeah.
like, listen, if it's a hard day, just try and be a light. Just love like Jesus, okay? And I feel like it's working.
So that leads me to my last question,
Mhm.
which is leave your light.
Okay.
And it's just dropping some inspiration. What do you want people to know?
I want people to know about me specifically.
Or you, or just like if you're going to drop some inspiration to sum it up, like what do you want to leave? What kind of like nugget do you want to leave with people?
I would say, let me think about it. No pressure.
This is the moment, Kara. It all hinges upon this.
Okay. I would leave with, I think staying connected in my marriage has been probably the most important thing in this career, but also like that is my life and that is who I am as a mom and as a wife. Just staying connected, seeing my spouse and my family and my children, for their needs, and like making sure that everyone feels seen and loved has really like worked for us and has, supported us. And I think that comes from our faith, that just putting my relationship with God first, and, making sure that I feel like I'm led and prayerful and just leading in gratitude in everything that I do.
I love that.
Does that work?
That's wonderful. Kara Birge, thank you so much for
Thank you.
joining me. Where can
Thank
everyone
you.
keep up with you and George? Because we need to follow his career as well. Where can we
Yes.
keep up with all the socials?
I think I'm at Kara Birge.
Karabirge.
Birge. And George Birge.
Okay, George.
Mhm.
Okay, new song with George is.
Yeah, it's called Ride, Ride, Ride. It's
Ride
out, and it's
with Luke
already like
Bryan.
on the charts.
Yes, it
Yes.
is. Yes, it is.
Somewhere in there. I can't remember.
Thank you for coming on. This was
Thank
so fun.
you.
I'm so glad to
Thanks for
reconnect with
calling
you
me.
too.
I am
love
too.
it.
This was so fun.
Okay, bye.